Substitution reactions, how do they work? As in a substitution reaction, you are actually exchanging two compounds, or you are exchanging two substances. You are not eliminating, you are not adding, you are actually exchanging. You are exchanging them. How do you do that? For example, if I say that let's just start with the first one. Okay, substitution reaction, guys, it can happen on alkanes. Can it happen on alkanes? I'm not sure. I think it's haloalkanes. We'll see when we do the reactions, but I think it can happen on haloalkanes. Yeah, it can happen on alkanes. It can happen on alcohols. It can still happen also on haloalkanes as well. So all of these compounds, they can undergo these substitution reactions. Okay, so in a substitution reaction, we are just exchanging two substances. So it's an exchange of two substances. How does that work? Okay, let me say, for example, I have got something like this, Br and H. All right, so this is a haloalkane, right? Let me now say that I want it to change to be something like this, to be something like H. I want it to be H, and then to be C, to be H, to be H, to be C, to be O, to be H, to be CHH. Now I want you guys to tell me what is the difference between the first compound and the second compound. Let's just say this is my first compound 1 and the second compound 2. What's the difference between them?
The different.
Okay, one at a time, guys. You can raise your hands, of course. Yes, you can talk. Yes, Shadrach.
Okay, so on compound number 1 we have a bromine. On compound number 2 we have alcohol.
Yes. So compound number 1. On compound number 1 we're having 3 carbons as well, just like compound number 2. We still have got 3 carbons. But now on carbon 2, yes, in compound 1 we've got a Br. That's a bromo there. On compound 2 we have got an OH. We have an OH. That is a what? A hydroxyl group. So it means that the homologous cells will totally be different, because the first one that we have here is a haloalkane. This is a haloalkane. And then we are changing it. We are making it what? We are making it an alcohol. Because once it has got a hydroxyl group, an OH, bonded to one of its carbon, it now becomes an alcohol. So here we did not really add the OH. We actually exchanged the OH and the Br, or we actually replaced the Br with the OH, because this is the same compound, guys. I mean, think about it. This looks like the same compound, but here I've just replaced Br with OH. Do you guys see that I've replaced Br with OH here?
Yes.
Yes. So those are known as substitution reactions. So those are substitution reactions. All right. So substitution reactions, we are not adding anything per se. We are replacing something with something else. We are replacing something with something else. Remember, guys, elimination reactions, they form alkenes at the end of the day. But here we are not forming any double bonds. So it means that we are not adding anything. We are just replacing something with something. Okay. So the reaction that we're going to start with, the substitution reaction that we're going to start with, is the halogenation. But this is not the same thing as the addition one. Remember, guys, when we were doing the addition reactions, we had halogenation, right? But now in substitution reaction, it is not the same. It's no longer acting the same way. Okay, so this is halogenation. So if we are doing halogenation, if we are doing substitution halogenation, we are going to require we are going to substitute. We are not adding, we are not eliminating, we are substituting, or we are replacing something with a halogen group. So we are replacing something with a halogen group. So we have got a halogenation, we also have got hydrohalogenation, we also have got all of those substitution reaction. But basically halogenation, we are substituting with a halogen group. And the reaction conditions that we'll need there would have to be UV light. So the reactions conditions that we need for reaction to take place, for this reaction to take place, we'll need UV. We'll need UV. So UV is ultraviolet, okay? Ultraviolet rays. These are rays coming from the sunlight, for example. So we usually require UV rays, or we need light. You can say UV or you can say light. So you can take the sun, or you can take any other thing that can be able to give us a light. Okay, so yeah, that is a halogenation. So now how do we do halogenation? Basically, let's say we have got an alkane. This is actually the halogenation of alkanes. This halogenation reaction, it happens on alkanes. So this is halogenation of alkanes. So let me just say we take an alkane such as propane. So we take propane, and so this is an example of our propane. This is an alkane, is propane. We are not going to eliminate anything from it, guys. We're not going to do an elimination reaction. So I don't want to find you removing things. I want to find you replacing things. So substituting, I want to find you replacing things, not removing things. So let me say I want to substitute. Let's just say I don't want this hydrogen anymore. So instead of having a hydrogen here, I want to have a Cl. I'm not going to remove the hydrogen, guys. I'm going to replace it. That's a difference. Remove and replace is not the same thing. So I'm going to use a halogen. Maybe Cl, Cl2. I don't just use a halogen, one atom of the halogen. I use two of them. Like if I'm using Cl, I use two Cls. Okay. So what will actually happen here? This Cl that we have on one side, we're actually going to exchange it with the what? With the hydrogen. So it means that where there was the hydrogen, now we are now going to have a what? A Cl. So where there was a hydrogen, we are now going to have a Cl. So this is going to be H, C, H down there, and then C, and then we're going to have Cl, then we're going to have H, then we're going to have C, then we're going to have H, then we're going to have H, then we're going to have H. And then now let's see what happened here. Basically here there was a hydrogen, but now we have chosen to substitute it for a chlorine atom. So there was a hydrogen, but we chose to substitute it for a chlorine atom. So where there was hydrogen, now we are going to put chlorine atom Cl. But now where there was a Cl, we are now going to put hydrogen. So this will give us HCl. So they actually exchanged positions, these two things, because hydrogen was here on our propane, on carbon 2 of our propane. Okay, because this is like carbon 1, this is like carbon 2, this is like carbon 3. So our hydrogen was on carbon 2 of the propane. But now we replace the hydrogen on carbon 2 with a chlorine. So instead of having a hydrogen, we are now going to have a chlorine on carbon 2 rather than a hydrogen. So it means that hydrogen will take the position of chlorine, right? So where there was chlorine, we're now going to put what? We're now going to put hydrogen, and this hydrogen will bond with the other Cl there. That will give you HCl. Yes, Shadrach?
So on the first reactants, is there positive or they're just like that?
On the first
reactants,
is there positive or
on that
yes,
propane and
oh yes, there is a plus there. There is a plus, but it's not really an addition reaction.
okay.
Yes, there is a plus, but it's not really an addition reaction. So basically, that is known as a halogenation. I mean, this is known as halogenation. It means that you are substituting. It means that you are substituting. Okay. So this one, the reaction conditions are the most important. It is the UV rays as well as the, or you can say the light. You can say UV rays or you can say light. So we just exchange those two, guys. There is no major product, there is no minor product here, because you are not removing anything, you are not adding anything. So you will not use a Markovnikov rule at any point, you will not use Zaitsev rule at any point. So that's it about halogenation. Nothing much else about it. You are just exchanging two groups. You can choose to exchange with something else. Let's say you want to do another type of halogen, another type of a substitution reaction. Let's say maybe you want to do hydration, but we don't call it hydration anymore. When we are substituting water, we call it hydrolysis. So we have got hydrolysis. Hydrolysis simply means that we are substituting with water. We are substituting with water. We are not adding, guys. We are substituting with water. It means that we are replacing something with water. Okay. Now, how do we substitute with water, or how do we perform hydrolysis? Basically, let's just say we have got a haloalkane. Usually, we take a haloalkane. Maybe this is a haloalkane. And this haloalkane, it has got maybe a Cl here. So this is 2-chloropropane. So having this 2-chloropropane, what I want to do, I want to substitute water for the Cl. So instead of saying the Cl, I want to have OH, not a Cl. So hydrolysis, I'm substituting with water. So I'm going to put plus and I put HOH. Guys, this HOH is the same thing as saying water, okay? HOH is the same thing as saying water, because this is like H2O. So HOH, it is water, it is H2O. So at this point, what will now happen? We are going to replace, I'm sure we are going to do an exchange. We are going to replace Cl with OH. So where there is Cl, I'm going to now put OH. Okay, and where there is OH, I'm going to put Cl. So I'm just exchanging them. But in other ways here, I'm actually replacing the Cl with OH. This is known as hydrolysis. And the resultant thing that I expect here, I expect to have H, C, H, H. And then here, instead of having a Cl, I'm now going to put a what? An OH. I'm going to put an OH. I'm going to put an OH instead of putting a Cl, because remember that I've exchanged their position. Where there was Cl, where there was a Cl there, where there was this chlorine atom, I'm going to put a hydroxyl group OH. So now that's why I'm only writing OH there. And then here I'm going to have C bonded to H, bonded to H, bonded to H. So did you guys see what happened here? We exchanged Cl and OH, meaning that, in other words, we can say that we have replaced Cl with OH in that compound. So we have substituted Cl for OH if we are using that English. So we have substituted Cl for OH, turning this from being a haloalkane. So this is a haloalkane, but we are turning this to become a what? To become an alcohol. Turning this to become an alcohol. So this is known as hydrolysis. It's a type of a substitution reaction because we're not adding anything, we're not eliminating anything. We're just going to swap their position. What do you think is going to be the byproduct here?
Hydrochloride.
What?
HCl.
Yes, the byproduct is going to be HCl. This is going to be our byproduct. So basically what will happen there, since this OH will go to the haloalkane, the Cl from the haloalkane will come where the OH was. So these have exchanged positions because now OH is now on the halo is now on this carbon skeleton, and then now the Cl has now moved to the hydrogen. So they just exchange position. It simply means that the Cl goes to the hydrogen and then the OH goes to the Cl and it replaces it. So it's a substitution reaction. This one is known as hydrolysis, and hydrolysis will require you to have a dilute. So let's just write the reaction conditions here. Let's just write our reaction. Okay, so for us to have a substitution reaction taking place, this hydrolysis specifically, when we are substituting with water in hydrolysis reaction, we are going to require sulfuric acid as well, but we are not going to use it as it is. Okay, we are going to use dilute sulfuric acid. Remember guys, when we were doing other things with sulfuric acid such as dehydration, during dehydration we were using concentrated sulfuric acid, right? We were using concentrated sulfuric acid. When we did hydration, we were still using the concentrated one. But when we are doing hydrolysis, reaction, meaning that we are going to substitute. So when we are doing the hydrolysis reaction, meaning that we're just going to replace Cl with OH and OH with Cl. We are not adding anything. We're not eliminating. We are just exchanging two things. So we'll require to have dilute sulfuric acid. You guys must know the difference between a concentrated thing and a dilute thing. A concentrated something, it simply means that it is having less water. There is less water, or there is less solvent, and there is more of that thing. Just like if you have got juice, if you have got a lot of juice than water, that juice is concentrated. But now if you are going to add some water to the juice, you are diluting it. It becomes dilute. Similarly, our sulfuric acid that we require for the hydrolysis reaction must be dilute, meaning that it must have a higher amount of water. There must be a lot of water in it. Dilution simply means that we are going to add water to it. Okay, so here we are going to need dilute sulfuric acid, and the heat that we need here, we still need heat as well for this reaction, guys. We still need heat, but the heat that we are going to use here is not just a strong heat under reflux or something like that. We are going to use mild heat. So we're not going to require too much heat. We don't require a hot plate or maybe a stove for us to do this reaction. We just need a small amount of heat, not really too much small heat, but we need a mild, just an average amount of heat, or an average amount of heat, a mild heat. We also need ethanol as a solvent. We also require ethanol as a solvent. So these are the reaction conditions. So for this reaction to take place, or for this OH to be able to replace the Cl, will require H2SO4, but this H2SO4, it must be dilute. Just write DIL is dilute. And then we might need heat. We might also need ethanol as a solvent. So if they write these conditions on the arrow, it simply means that this is our reaction conditions. So these are the reaction conditions for what? These are the reaction conditions for hydrolysis, whereby the OH exchanges with the Cl. Yes, there are other substitution reactions such as a hydrohalogenation, but when it comes to these substitution reactions, the most important ones that you must know about for grade 12, it is a halogenation substitution reaction. The halogenation of alkanes, the one that we did at first. Halogenation of alkanes simply means that we are substituting X2. It means that we are going to put what? We are going to put a halogen. We exchange something with a halogen. Okay, we exchange something with a halogen. That's a halogenation reaction. It's the halogenation of alkanes. We need UV light to do that. And the other substitution reaction that you must know is the one that we just did now, which is the hydrolysis. So you need the hydrolysis. You need to also know the hydrolysis, whereby your Cl group here, maybe your haloalkane, it can be anything, can be Cl or Br or anything that you can replace with OH. Whatever it is that you replace with OH, you must use dilute sulfuric acid. You must use mild heat, not so much strong heat, and you must have ethanol as your solvent. Are we guys together on the substitution reactions?
Yes.
Yes, for now.
All right, awesome.